Hey guys, this is Luke from the Scoundrel's Cantina, and today I'm going to show you how to make a light side Kylo Ren, or in other words, Ben Solo, as he would be as a Jedi. That's if he turns in Star Wars Episode 8 or 9 into a Jedi, or when he was still on the light side and didn't follow his grandfather's footsteps, meaning Vader's. So yeah, I made this video about 7 days ago, but it was with the green crossguard lightsaber. I based it off some fan art picture, and the response was great, and most of you have been wanting me to make a blue crossguard lightsaber for Ben Solo, but I changed a few things up here with him, which you're gonna see in a few minutes, but it's not a huge change compared to the other video. But there's some new features that I'm adding to it, and some sneak peeks that you're gonna see at the end of the video. So that's that. Now, before I begin, if you're new to this channel and this is your first time watching some of my videos, check out this video. Me and my friend talk about our view of Star Wars, so that there is no confusion in this video when we talk. So yeah, got that out of the way. Now, these are the figures and the pieces that you're gonna need to make light side Kylo Ren or Ben Solo. So yeah, now let's begin. Okay, so the first minifigure you're gonna need is Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars, and specifically the Phase 2 version of him, because the Phase 1 had that armor plating and stuff like that, if you guys remember. He had it from seasons 1 to 3, then it changed to his Revenge of the Sith armor, which is basically just cloth and stuff like that, so that's the version here. You can also use the movie version from Episode 3, but I'd recommend this one the most because it simply looks the best, if you ask me. Well, I personally like the Phase 1 armor better than this one, but this one would suit Ben Solo, or in other words, light side Kylo Ren. So yeah, you're gonna use the torso and the legs here. So I'm just gonna take off his lightsaber, his head. Also not gonna need his hands. So yeah, basically this is all you need from Anakin Skywalker, and it's the main part of him. So yeah. Okay, so next minifig that I'm using here is Anakin Skywalker from Attack of the Clones. In other words, a Padawan Anakin Skywalker. Now from him I'm just gonna need the hands, but I just want to mention and point out, if you guys don't have any darker Anakin Skywalkers like this one from the Clone Wars or Episode 3, and only have like the lighter version, as you can see this one, you can also use his torso and leg prints, which is completely fine, but I'd recommend this one the most. But the reason I just added this guy is I'm gonna need his hands, so it gave me the chance to mention that. So yeah, just gonna put the hands anywhere. Now of course you're gonna need Kylo Ren, and it will be better if you have the Battle of Takodana Kylo Ren, because you get his face, which is very recommended for this set, or you can just use Ezra's face, but I'd recommend this one because Kylo Ren has that mold there, which is one of his main face features, so that's why I'm basically using him. Duh. Okay, so you're gonna need his face. Put that down there. Also, you're gonna need his cape to get that good look of it. Not gonna need the crossguard blade, just the lightsaber hilt, because it's a darker chrome version of it, and you don't need the torso and the legs. Okay, so now you're gonna need Tony Stark's headpiece, which is very recommended for this alternate version of Ben Solo, but you can just use Ezra's hair, or in other words, Kylo Ren's hair. But that depends on which Kylo Ren version you have. If you don't, you just use Ezra's long hair, which I used in my other Ben Solo video, but in this one I just wanted to change it a bit, so I'm using Tony Stark's hair for it, because, you know, don't want it to be completely the same like in the other video. And now, basically the hardest part of making a light side Ben Solo is the crossguard lightsaber. It depends on which color you would want, but if it is on the light side, you wouldn't want to use the red one. But if you have the red one, it will help you make this alternate version of it. I mean, the other colored crossguard lightsabers. So as you see here, I already made the green one, which I used in my other Ben Solo video, and this is my newest one, which I'll be using in this video. They're both made from Flickfire sorry, not flick fire, spring shooted missiles, as you can see here. Basically, what I did is I measured it like with the crossguard lightsaber, or in other words, a normal lightsaber. Just want to point out that you can use a normal blade for it. You don't have to use the spring shooters. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. Give me a sec. Screw it. But anyway, you just measure it like that. Then you cut it off over there, and you measure it on the sides as well, like this. And then you cut it off on both sides. Use some super glue. Stick it on together, first one side, then the other one. I explained it better in the other video. Be sure to check that out if you didn't already. So yeah, and you're gonna need two of these shooters, and you choose the color. I didn't make a red one because there was no need for it. So yeah, here are the ones that I made for now. Also, I'm planning on making a Scourge of Malachor mock with a lot of crossguard lightsabers, so I think that's going to be fun. Stay tuned for that anyways. And when you're cutting these pieces, be careful because you're going to need a very sharp knife for it. Here's my one from Tunisia. I bought it over there. It's awesome. It's supposed to be really sharp because Lego is really good quality. So yeah, and also be careful with the super glue. It's not supposed to get it on your hands like I did, and some other accidents happen, and you know. Anyways, be careful with that, and this is basically all that you're gonna need to make Ben Solo, and now I'm gonna start. Okay, so here he is. As you can see, his blue blade of the lightsaber is a bit darker blue than the usual lightsaber, like these ones. The reason for that is I used the blue spring shooters because I didn't want to waste these pieces, because I have, you know, a lot of Jedi and just have enough of these pieces for every, you know, Jedi. So I didn't want to waste those, and I never used the spring shooters, so that's why I used it on this set, you know, and I think it looks real nice because it's darker blue. It would be awesome if Lego would, you know, make some sets with these darker blue pieces for a lightsaber blade, which, by the way, looks awesome, as you can see. So yeah, now this version of Kylo Ren is not too different than the other one, because basically all I did was change the hairpiece and change the crossguard lightsaber. Although it's not easy making the crossguard lightsaber. So yeah, now here is what the other version of Ben Solo looks like. Basically just change the hair, the long hair of Kylo Ren or Ezra Bridger, whichever you guys choose, and just change the lightsaber. So this is the other video that I made. Be sure to check that one out. There are a lot of modifications you can do with Kylo Ren here. For example, you can use Superman hair for him, but his head looks a bit big then, so I would mostly recommend the long hair and the Tony Stark hair. But for this video I'm using the Tony Stark one, so it's not completely the same as the other one. So yeah, there he is. Now there are a few mistakes with what I did with Ben Solo, but I can't really change it, and I don't really want to ruin his face. If this is Ben Solo from episode 8 or 9, if he turns to the light, he should have a scar over his face because Rey, you know, damaged his face, if you guys remember, with the lightsaber blades that she had with her, aka Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. But anyways, he should have a scar, but I just didn't want to ruin the minifig. Or if you guys can pretend that this is the light side Ben Solo before The Force Awakens, well, way back before The Force Awakens, when he was, you know, just training under Luke like a normal Jedi. So yeah, that's it to that. Also guys, I'm going to show you a sneak peek of what videos are going to be coming soon, but I just didn't get to them in time. Doing the Ralph McQuarrie concept art Snowtrooper, well, Imperial Snowtrooper, but it never made it into the film. Here he is, made it from a lot of pieces. I'm doing that video next. Stay tuned for that one. It can be considered as an Old Republic trooper because in the Old Republic game, which is totally part of the story for me. If you get what I mean, and if you watch the video that I mentioned at the beginning, it's totally part of the story in canon for me. Because in the Old Republic you have very similar designs to this one. So yeah, and also I bought the set that most of you recommended, the Green Lantern vs. Sinestro set, mostly because I needed this piece. I wanted to have an actual yellow bladed lightsaber blade, so I bought it, and this is Princess Leia from the alternate timeline in Return of the Jedi when she's fighting Starkiller. It's based from the Force Unleashed game, so I wanted to make her with that lightsaber. So, and also I believe that if Leia became a Jedi, this is what she would look like. Used some pieces from other characters. So yeah, basically all my minifigure minifigure reviews and how to make them, well, they're based on other minifigs that you can basically make it from all different Star Wars minifigs, and you don't need to customize a lot, but this is like an exception here with the cross-guarded lightsabers. So basically all my other Lego minifig reviews are made from other minifigs, so not much customizing there. Everyone can make it if they have a minifig. Simple as that. So yeah, these two reviews are coming soon. And also guys, thank you for all the support. We jumped over 10,000 subscribers and we're already on 15 basically. Thank you very much guys for all that support. Give us your requests below, and be sure to check out our older videos because they didn't get a lot of views, and if you ask me, they're one of the best things that I ever made from Lego, but people just didn't, are not aware that we made them. Like, we have a lot of original trilogy things, the Echo Base, Mos Eisley Cantina, Carbon Freezing Chamber, Death Star Duel, stuff like that, Endor, Mark, and many more. I also have a lot of from the Clone Wars, the gunship. They're mostly upgraded sets. The Venator class, Republic Cruiser, and much more, guys. Be sure to check out those videos. Just go on to our videos and just go down at the beginning when we started our channel, about 100 videos down. Be sure to check out those videos. I really think that they deserve a lot more views because they're one of my best work that I ever made from Lego. And I did them first because they were my favorite things that I've ever made. So all the links will be in the description below, and also you can check out on your own. So yeah guys, be sure to do that. It'll mean a lot to us. Thank you for all the support, and this should be it on the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give us your requests below. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And remember guys, God is awesome all the time, and He loves you. May the Force be with you always, and we'll see you in another video, you Rebel Scum. Have a great day. Bye bye.